Hello again everyone, how are you all? Hope you're all well and welcome back. As you know, I'm going for everything to be getting rid of all this stuff apart from the videos. I've had a few people ask me about them coming with me, they're coming with me. But one thing I keep getting in the comments is people saying, don't get rid of everything, you'll regret it. Just keep things that are important to you. And I am doing that. I did say I'm getting rid of 90% of my collection. And that mostly is just the stuff, you know what I mean? As I said before, so PlayStations, that's nothing. Computers that I picked up along the way. I was a bit of a hoarder. Let's just put it that way. I love the odd, the weird, the obscure. Years ago into charity shops, you pick up games, you know what I mean? You never play them. That's the stuff that's going. Stuff that has no sentimental value to me whatsoever. But whilst going through everything, I've come across things that have a lot of sentimental value and probably zero monetary value. So they wouldn't be sold, you know, for the sentimental reasons, plus no one would want them. So what I'm going to do now, excuse me, so I'm going to do my feet there, is I'm going to do my top 6 items in my collection that I've come across recently that are special, got meaning to me, stories attached to them, and you know me, it's going to be one of these videos. I'm just going to waffle about stuff, talk about my nostalgia. I want to know about your nostalgia as well. What have you got in your collection that is meaningless to other people? Yet when you look at it, there's a story attached to it. There's a connection to the past. As I said before, this stuff is like a time machine for us. I did talk about the Slimer the other day, and the guitar. So they're 2 items that are definitely coming with me. But I've got a couple here, and I'm going to go through them. And what am I going to start with? I'm going to start with this guy right here. This is Dingbot. Now, this guy is very special to me for a couple of reasons. I remember having this as a kid, and it used to come. I don't know if you know this. It's from Tommy, I think. Yeah, Tommy. It's on the back. And I got this one Christmas, and it comes with a little map, and it used to put in his hand. And you switched it on. It's one of those ones that's got a wheel that sort of like, you know, gets to the edge of a table, turns around, whatever, does that. And I love this guy. It absolutely makes me smile. There are many other robots, but this one is mine. I had to say that. Yeah, it's just, he's got a face that I absolutely really love, this guy. Just look at him. That's going to be the thumbnail right there, isn't it? But, yeah, this I had for years and lost it. And I always remembered it. Always remembered this guy. And this is doubly important to me because how I got the replacement was a few years back. We had a meet with Sega Zombies, and the one day we went to a car boot sale, and a load of us went. Trust me, I was, after the night before and the travelling, I was not in the best of moods. I remember Martin Hobby Lodge coming to wake me up because I was sleeping in a tent in the garden, and he kicked the tent and went, "We're going," and I had the worst night's sleep. All the travelling the day before, plus I was travelling back the same day, and yeah, we're all going to a car boot sale, and walking around didn't find very much, but there was a box of stuff, and Scott was going through it because he all normally does. It's his car boot sale, he gets stuff for the shop, and he found this, and he was trying to play it cool, you know, oh yeah, some toys, and I come along going, oh my god, it's Dingbot, I've been looking for one of these for years. So yeah, poker face went out the window. Scott, as good as he was, just said, mate, if you really want it, you can have it. It was just going to go into his shop and probably be sold. So yeah, so now it has memories attached to it that it was a great weekend. It's from Sega Zombie. And the guy kind of, I can't say ripped me off, but he knew I wasn't going to be selling it for 20p after I'd started talking about it. So yeah, that's Dingbot. He makes little beeps, little bloops, sits around there on the table. But you know what? On the train home, I sat with him on that little table that you got there, and I was just smiling looking at him. So yeah, that is number 1. That is Dingbot. Absolutely love that guy. And what else we got? We have an LCD game, and this is a Turtles LCD game. But the reason why this is special is I was never a Turtles fan, really. Not like some people were absolutely fanatical about it, and it's Turtles this, Turtles that. You know, they slap Turtles on everything. But this is special to me because, again, this is the common theme. We got it from Compton Hospice. It's somewhere we used to go every Saturday with my nan. There was a cafe there. We went across the shop, and I always remember my nan. God, Jehovah's Witness, my nan. Yeah, she would always say, like, oh, there was a teaspoon. I'll just slip it in your pocket. You see what I mean? It's like, there's a price tag on. Just take the price tag off. It's always weird. Jehovah's Witness. Yeah, she's like to shoplift. Anyway, yeah, so I got that from there, and I remember playing it quite a lot, but I remember playing it around my nan and granddad's house, because there was no computers around there. We managed to watch a few cartoons, but when my granddad was eating food, news went on, you know, all that stuff on. He had control of the one TV they had, but I had this, and I absolutely love this game. It's actually really quite fun because you got to go through different screens, like there's like a little grid on there, and there's different enemies on each screen, and it's like a maze, and you've got to find the boss and defeat him at the end and move on to the next level. But yeah, that's where I remember that. But this was lost again. Another thing. This is my original, but this was lost. And my parents were moving house, and my dad said, "Oh, I found something of yours." And he went, "Oh, what's that?" And he said, "Oh yeah, it was in the bottom of a tool chest or something like that, right tucked at the back. God knows how it got there." And he just went, "Oh yeah, this." And I was like, "Cannot believe you found it. This is my original. This is my Turtles handheld LCD game." It doesn't do any sound anymore, which does make me sad because I remember this having good music on it, but it still plays, it's still good, and it's still enjoyable to this day. Now that's number 2. Where are we going next? I guess let's just go another LCD game as well, because no way. I mean, this does have monetary value. Tomytronic games. Early VR, look. Early VR. These are going up in price. They really are. But again, this one is mine. And yeah, I'm thinking about it. This could have come from a car boot sale or Compton Hospice. Not 100% sure, but this is the one we always had. And I always remember, this is the shark one, by the way. And I always remember looking at others going, "Oh, this car one, the shooting ones, this, that." And as time's gone on, I've acquired them in my collection. I've played them for a bit, and then they've gone. But I ain't selling this one. The shark one is mine. This is my early VR. All the marks in there, we made them, opening and closing this thing, because if you've ever had one of these, you know they're an absolute pain in the arse to open. You know, someone's actually made a light attachment for the top of this, because if you don't know how this works, you got to shine a light through here, which then you play your sort of like LCD game through there. So the more light you got, the better the screen. So people now have made little mounted lights that sit on the top so you can play them anywhere. But yeah, again, love this. Going nowhere. Something that will just always make me smile. And it's a great game as well, if you can get hold of that one. This next item, God, I feel like I'm doing an auction. I've got to be careful, the microphone's right down there. It's going to drive you mad. Drove my dad mad in the car. Again, it's a little Tomy sort of wind-up toy. I'm not going to do it now because I said it's very noisy and there's a microphone down there. But you wound it up at the bottom. And this one, there's one other which we did have, and I would love to get it back again, and I'll explain in a minute. But this one is the helicopter. Goes backwards and forwards, and you've got to shoot these little ball bearings into the magnet down there until you've got them all on there. And again, this is before phones. This is before, you know, all the distractions we have today. And it was just this. And I love this thing. But the other one that I got was like a shooting gallery. And it was just like there was tin cans on the back and a little gun. So when you shoot it up, instead of it going straight up, it went up and through a gun and forward. So you can knock them all over. I want to get that one back. I really do. There's only the 2 I want, because I know they did quite a few of these. But yeah, nice little self-contained wind-up game. And yeah, my dad's shouting at us in the back of the car, "Will you shut that bloody thing up?" Hang on, I'm going to have to. Just briefly. So you can understand what it was going through. So it's this. all the way as we're driving. So yeah. But one of his blades broken over the years. Incredibly, like, sorry, still going. Incredibly frosted, even cracks on the back, but this is mine. Love this. No one will ever want this. Staying in my collection. Oh, when I say collection, it's like, I don't want it to be like, oh, I'm collecting stuff. I know the stuff behind me. I'm well aware. But that's not what I want going forward. I want everything to be memorable. I want there to be... So, I want to enjoy less, but enjoy it more. Does that make sense? Because all of this stuff and everything else, you don't ever play it. So, well, last two. There's a little monkey. Don't know where it's made. It is cheap plastic tat. But I won this guy. And believe it or not, I won it in a dancing competition. Do you remember when you used to have, like, just like, oh, what's it called? So it's like, it must have been a family event or some disco or something like that, where there's a big dance floor in the middle and all the families sitting around the sides, sort of like some hall or something like that. All the adults getting drunk and the kids were thrown into the middle. And I don't know what it was or why I was there. But I just remember just dancing, just on my own, you know, didn't even know there was a competition on. And someone walked up to me, tapped me on the shoulder and went, there you go, you've won the prize. And this was the prize. And I remember grabbing it and running straight back to my parents and going, I've just won this. Like, what for? It's like for dancing. Look at it, it's falling apart. Look at him, he's falling apart. He's got a splitting headache. I did actually have some screws on the floor I keep tripping over. I said, I'm having a bit of a sort out here, as you can imagine. You do not want to see what is down there on this floor and everything I've been going through. This is the thing about YouTube. You can make it look all fancy over here, yet you don't see the crap that's down here. And it's not just me. Every YouTuber does it. So, let's see. Does this actually still work? Oh, it's got some corrosion in it, so probably not. And he's, what it was... is his arms spin around, and he used to like have a hook on stuff and spin around, or you put him on the floor and he'd hop and walk like that. So let's see, does he work? Oh, we got lights. But yeah, no motions in the arm. My brother stripped this down because he was into Robot Wars and stuff like that. He made a little like walking robot, and I said, well, where'd you make that from? And he went, oh, this monkey I found. I went, that's mine, put it back together. Put him back together, I'm taking him with me, and he's been with me ever since. So yeah, my nostalgic little monkey. I wonder what has happened to his motors. Old age happens to us all. And last item, yeah, he's going to be the last item for now, because I could keep on going, but I don't want these videos to be too long. Fed up listening to me waffle on. But yeah, I have my mate Nugget. This guy has been with me for a very long time. I have shown him off before, I know, but yeah, took this guy to school with me. He used to fold down. Hang on, if we can still do it. His joints are a bit loose. He's losing all of his gold off him, but he used to... Oh, get your leg in there. Get your leg in. There we are. Look how well worn he is. And he used to sit in my pocket. I used to take this guy to school. That's why he's probably more worn on the front and the back than he is on the sides, because sitting in my pocket. But I always remember doing this. You could lift this up when it was closed, and his little jetpack comes out the back, and then you could close it and you could just have a little jetpack rock. Didn't even really watch the Rock Laws back then, and don't know why I got it or who bought it for me, but he's just always been there, and definitely someone I ain't ever going to sell. This ain't a toy anymore. This is me. This is my child. Look at his leg. He's a little bit wobbly. He's not supposed to be like that. And there are other things in this room which I will be keeping, like like the adult, the boy trolls. I mean, looking at me, is the Terminator, Commando and stuff like that. Definitely keeping them. I would like to have a little shelf, actually, of just nostalgic toys to me. Silly in here. It's a lump of plastic. It's just a lump of plastic, but I ain't selling this guy. Never will. So yeah, that's some of my nostalgic stuff. So I'd like to know do a video response, write in the comments, I don't know, wherever, just whatever you do, just tag me so I can read it, because I think this is what's interesting, is even though we're all collectors, and our collections come and go, there are some things that will stay the same. So for me and Nugget, I'll catch you again next time, and I look forward to seeing what your nostalgic items are. Anyway, speak to you again. Bye.